Why gold or silver? It's a question that gets posed by a lot of people, and there's many sides of the argument. And for me, I think it gets overcomplicated by people. Why not both? They have different functions, and it's best to have diversity. Some people will have the argument silver's too bulky. I think that's rubbish. It's a stupid argument. A monster box, 500 ounces of silver is what, £7,500, maybe a bit less now. And it takes up that. It's. I think I've got a monster box on the side. One second. That is the size of a monster box. It's the argument that it's too bulky is rubbish. Some people, and alternatively, those people will say, well, we like gold because it's easy to store, which is true. So, for example, I've just shown you this, but if it's real, it's a double solve. So you're talking close to 15 grams of gold, which will be about £500 if it's in bullion form. This one is not in bullion form if it's real. So I can understand the rhetoric, but it's a bit of a fallacy. Like, if you can't have that much in silver, a lot of people, the chances are most people won't get to 500 ounces. That most of the people I sell to don't have anywhere near 500 ounces. They buy month in, month out. So I'm very fortunate in my position where I can own a lot of silver because I buy and sell it a lot. But going back to the point of gold versus silver, in my mind, the main difference is gold is a store of wealth if we're talking about bullion, and silver is more speculation. I prefer silver because there's more upside, but I'm a dealer, so I want the upside. Gold is the flip side of the coin, and it limits downside. So if you're getting a coin in for silver, you're paying the extra premium. And going back through the previous videos I put out, the premium's not so important. You get out what you put in if you sell it correctly. As for gold, you'll pay less of a premium, but you also get that out the other end. So you're not going to get the premium when you come to sell it. So gold is a store of wealth. You stack as much as you can, and you limit yourself against downside if you're stacking bullion. Silver is not so much a store of wealth, it's more of a speculation. So you stack it and you want the price of silver to go up. So I'm not saying that if you buy from me you're going to make a loss from silver. That's far from it. I'd have to say that, wouldn't I, to be fair? But I genuinely mean that that's not the case. But I mean, going forward, silver should have the upside. And I'm not one of these guys that say silver's going to the moon and we're going to have World War III and zombies are going to eat my face off. It's not like that. I think silver is the better long-term play than gold. That's my opinion, and that's why my silver is 4-1 in gold, maybe 5-1. No, about 4-1. So I put my money where my mouth is. If anything, I need to be more heavy on gold due to the way the tax system works in the UK. But I prefer silver, and if I don't sell it, it's still my private stack. I think that silver will probably get to the prior point of 2010, where it shot up. I'm not going to put a price on it. I think it's naive, and also it doesn't help people. So I would like to consider that I'm an expert in my area. I'm still learning every day, but it's not helpful for someone in a position such as myself to say, oh, it's going to this XYZ. I'm not a snake oil salesman. I believe in the function of what gold and silver has to offer, hence why I sell it, and I believe it's an investment item, but I don't believe in ripping people off. That's not what I'm about. And if some people genuinely think that it's going to go to $100 or 100 million pounds, it's ridiculous. It's never going to get to that. And I'd be more worried about people robbing me because there'll be anarchy on the streets, and that's not going to happen. So it won't happen. So I'd happily eat my hat. That happens. Yeah. Now, I've covered the bullion side of it. Then you've got the more collectible side of it. So the more collectible side of it follows a different pattern. So if you're just not a novice, but if you're just stacking, I would go for silver with a small amount of gold. Actually, after you've covered your, you should have 6 months in assets. Should you have a rainy day? So that would be your gold, pretty much. That would be your bullion sovs or your eagles, depending on where you are in the world. As for collectible coins, I make more money on the gold side of it. I think it's easier to make money on the gold side of it, and gold is nicer to collect. I have very little silver coins in my collection. I do have some. It's mainly shipwreck silver. It's mainly pieces that you can't really find. So I've got one of these. So it's only known as MS66, which I'm not too disappointed. I was just glad it wasn't fake. No, I shouldn't say that. The guy I bought it from was actually a nice guy. But yeah, I think if you're buying gold, seek out the value in the collectible coins. There's more of a market for it, whereas silver's more faddy, in my opinion, for collectible coins. So if I was to suggest someone going into the collectible pantheon, I'd say to them, collect something like you can collect halves. So this is a shield back, 64. Or collect something like this. This is modern. Very nice coin, this. I've had a few offers on this, so I probably won't be selling. I've actually picked up another one of these as well in the original mint packaging. There's always going to be occasions where, because they're high-end coins, the lack of liquidity. Actually, there's no such thing as a lack of liquidity. Liquidity is based on the spectrum of how you price something. So the lower you go, there's going to be liquidity whatever you do, whatever you're buying and selling. It doesn't matter if it's clothes or coins, or maybe you sell jewels. There's always going to be liquidity at the right price point. But I bought one of these for £5.50 off a jeweler friend. There's 150 quid in it. Will I sell it? I don't know. I bought under the intention of keeping it for myself. It may be the case I have to shift it. I hope not. But you can always pick up coins like this that come in slightly under, and then you're already in the money. So say the trend goes against you, it doesn't matter so much. You can collect. This is what I collect personally. So you've got your shields. I'm really terrible at this camera thing, aren't I? You can collect shields. So I think there's more room to negotiate with the collectible gold, and there's more room to make money if you know what you're doing. However, if you don't know what you're doing, it's a minefield, and you're going to lose a lot of money to start off with, because there are some unscrupulous people out there, as in any industry. Where there's money, there's going to be unscrupulous people. You can also do something like this. So, okay, it's 1986, but had you bought this in 1986, you wouldn't have paid much of a premium. So you can build up a collection over time with semi-collectible gold, and it should make you money. So yeah, to briefly summarize, I like silver for bullion. I think that's where the upside is, although it can bite you on the arse, and there can be potential downside to it because it's more in line with the spot price. Hate that word. But for collectible stuff, I would back the gold. And I would back something that is preferably a bit older, that has had a good run, such as Pandas or Sovereigns shields, such as Old Gold from the States. That tends to do well, like Eagles, Indian Heads, anything like that. You can put yourself in a position where you can negotiate a better price, and you can profit that way. So yeah, for bullion, silver, for more collectible stuff, gold. That will be my view on what to buy, and I will put out a video on percentage of stack. I will do that as well, but that will come at a later date. So take care.